A century ago.
Vargas, get out! The Sox go back-to-back and pour it on against the Angels. Ball game.
Davis Martin with the win, but it's Drew Romo's night. Homering from both sides of the plate.
And the Sox, a 5-2 win.
Get ready for the Brooms.
Colson Montgomery at the plate. And that's gonna do it! The Sox pull off the sweep. Oh, we all remember that series, the 3-game sweep against the Angels back in Chicago last week. Well, we switched settings out here to Anaheim as your Chicago White Sox get set for the first of 3 against the Los Angeles Angels. Will Venable has got this squad playing their best baseball of the season, just taking 2 of 3 from the Padres and looking to roll on here up the coast here in California. What's up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth alongside Gordon Beckham. I'm John Triffin. All right, let's take us back to last week, that 3-game sweep of the Angels. What did you like about the White Sox offense?
Yeah, I think the offense did a really good job. Obviously, they did it a few different ways, right? They had that 7-run 7th inning. That was a huge way to get that series going. They were able to get that win. They're snatching victory from the jaws of defeat twice, first in the first game and then in the 9th. In the 3rd game, with 2 outs in the 9th, Antonacci with a triple and then Colson to end it. I mean, the guys are really starting to do well. They carried that over into San Diego. You saw Drew Romo too. I mean, unbelievable job by him last time. And Soriano, listen, he's a really good pitcher, and the White Sox got to him. You saw what Colson did, and then you see Drew Romo, how he was able to operate as well. That's getting against a guy that has a .84 ERA. So for me, that is one of the big tells that your offense is going good when you're able to take an ace and win that ball game. Hopefully the White Sox can do it again.
White Sox, Jose Soriano's ERA more than tripled in that game, able to put up 3 runs against him in 5 innings pitched. As Soriano takes the field, we will run it back as a rematch of Tuesday's matchup that Davis Martin won over Soriano. Here's the starting lineup for your Chicago White Sox. Sam Antonacci, the rookie, leads things off at the top. Munetaka Murakami, he does not lead Major League Baseball anymore because Aaron Judge hit a home run today. Miguel Vargas in the 3-hole. Montgomery, Mydroff, Benintendi, Kelnick, Peters, and Drew Romo behind the plate.
Jose Soriano on the bump for the Angels. You see the numbers, and you know they're good. The 8th time on the mound so far this year. It'll be his 8th start. Just a shade under 43 innings pitched. You'll see his arsenal. Sinker, knuckle curve, 4-seam splitter, and slider. He's been excellent all year. The White Sox were able to tune him up a little bit, but only 3 runs off of this magical arm, Soriano, so they will look again. Let's see how he comes out today against this offense. Here's the defense behind Soriano from left to right in the outfield. Lowe, Trout, and Adele on the infield. Yohan Moncada, Neto, Frazier, and Chanul, and Darno behind the plate.
Beautiful setting here out in Anaheim as we take a look at the weather.
Yeah, weather bug presented by 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. A little bit gloomy here in Anaheim, but still a very nice evening. 65 degrees, probably a shade colder than they're used to here, but we will take it. And here's the umpire, Corey Blazer, pretty neutral, calls strikes 6% above MLB average down to left-handed batters. We'll see how that plays out here to Sam Antonacci.
These are 2 teams going in very opposite directions. The White Sox have been very hot, winning 10 of their last 15. The Angels have lost 12 of their last 14. Let's see if the White Sox can keep this going. Soriano's ready. First pitch, game 1 of the series, and it is in there, strike 1. Talked to Will Venable before the game, manager for the White Sox, and asked him what has he liked about his team, especially coming out of San Diego, winning 2 of those 3 games. As Soriano deals here. He said it wasn't so much that it was a measuring stick, playing a game like the Padres. Will Venable felt like it was 3 more games where the White Sox brought energy. They played hard. They stick to their game plan. And that's what he wants to focus on here this series against the Angels.
The batter's challenged to call a strike.
ABS powered by T-Mobile as Sam Antonacci has challenged that last pitch, called strike 2. And it does nick the corner.
Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
So the White Sox lose a challenge here, first batter of the game.
Yeah, it's a tough one right there. Obviously right on the edge, but it is early. And it's a tough one to lose. Now they only have 1 remaining. I felt like when Sam did challenge it, he felt really confident about it. Unfortunately, it ends up backfiring, and White Sox down to 1.
Pitch from Soriano. Even though the White Sox got to Soriano 2 home runs the last time they saw him, he has got filthy stuff. That one a little down, missing ball 3. His ERA of .84 is the best among qualified pitchers. You have to throw a minimum of 30 innings so far this season. Outside, ball 4 as Antonacci lets out a little roar. That Sox walk is presented by IDOT. Stop for pedestrians. It's not a game. Munetaka Murakami steps in. Antonacci faked going, shut it down at first. White Sox like batting Murakami in the 2-hole to try to get somebody on base ahead of him. I asked Will Venable, I said, what about potentially putting him in the 4-hole, that traditional cleanup hitter? He said, if you move him from the 4 to the 2 spot in the order, he will get 80 more plate appearances over the course of the year. Think about how many more home runs that could be.
Hopefully about 40. No, it's a good point, though. I mean, when I was playing, a lot of times you wanted to have kind of your best hitters at 3, 4, 5. But now a lot of the thought process is just get your best hitter more at bats. So to your point, they're trying to get him more at bats. And it seems like that's a good idea.
A 4-pitch walk to Murakami. Has back-to-back walks here to start this game. And the last time the White Sox saw Soriano on the mound last week in Chicago, he walked 3 in that ball game. Difference was, he said after the game, he woke up and had stiffness in his neck. There was actually tape on his neck we could see over the course of that outing. And he said, every time I tried to look down at home plate, it was tough because the focus wasn't the same.
Vargas squaring around. Little White Sox small ball. They've been known to hit the ball out of the ballpark. A lot of their runs come from that. But Vargas looking to push a run across early via the bunt.
1-0. And finally a strike from Soriano. What would your approach be stepping into the box against one of the best pitchers in the game right now?
Well, you don't want to chase down and away with that filthy slider. So try to bring it a little bit closer to you. That's the one.
You mean that one?
Yep, that's the one. The tilt on that, unbelievable. 87 miles per hour as well. So it's not slow. It's not one of those ones you have time to wait around for. It is on you in a hurry. So you don't want to swing at that one. My thought is bring that fastball a little bit closer to you and hopefully keep you off the one away.
98 blows it by Vargas for the first out of this ball game.
Fastball just right. Here it is. See if you can hit it, Vargas. 98. Little bit of run on that. You can see he's got some really good movement. It's subtle, but as a hitter, that ball is really moving. It's coming in there quick as well.
Here is Colson Montgomery. 2 on, 1 out here, just underway in Anaheim. Last time Montgomery saw Soriano, took him deep at the rate. It was a fascinating at bat because the first 2 pitches, Montgomery said, I got away from my game plan. Swung and missed on a couple sinkers that he knows start low and then go even lower. He said, I had to wait for something up high, and he got a high breaking ball that was a hanger and took it out. And here's a challenge from Darno behind the dish.
Catcher's challenge to call a ball.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. And it does catch a piece of the strike zone.
Los Angeles has 2 challenges remaining.
So the call is overturned, an 0-2 count here to Montgomery. And Tanachi at second, Murakami at first. Both walked to start this game. Once you see a hitter, 1 second, Circa Sports betting the way it should be. We take a look at the totals for the starters in terms of strikeouts, over under for Soriano and Davis Martin. What do you like here tonight?
Well, the way Davis has been going, you almost want to pick him and pick the over. Soriano, he could do some serious damage, but for me, this is such an important inning right now. You have Soriano on the mound, not feeling it really. He's not finding that strike zone, and if the White Sox really want to jump on an ace, now's the time to do it when he's a little unsettled on the mound. I talk about it a lot, but it is a thing in the early part of the game when they're unsettled. Time is of the essence to get that big time starter.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts.
Curveball down and in. You can see the depth on it. That had the plate for the majority of its travels, all the way from that hand to the catcher's mitt. So kind of shows you right there that he has a good breaking pitch right now early in the game.
Chase Mydrop takes that first one low, ball 1. When you face a pitcher for the second time in a week, who's got the advantage here in terms of this matchup?
Yeah, I like when you have a guy that you've already gotten. You got him a week ago. You kind of have that confidence that you can get him again. The problem is when you have a ace pitcher like Soriano, it's not as simple as, hey, we got him, we'll get him again, because of this guy's stuff. 98 with a little bit of run and then a curveball. He's got a filthy arsenal. He's going to be a little bit harder today. He's probably upset about what happened.
Catching a piece of the inside corner, strike 1 here to Chase Mydrop. Over the course of his last 17 games, hitting .328 with 15 runs scored. Not only is Soriano bringing velocity, his pitches have so much movement. One of the most uncomfortable at-bats in Major League Baseball against this guy. Two. This one ripped into center field. Antonacci, he's going to score. It is Mydrop getting the Sox on the board first, 1-0 here in the first inning.
Great start against the ace of the staff. It looked like he was going to find a way to get out of the inning and not have those 2 walks to start the game hurt him. But here's a breaking pitch, kind of what Colson hit out the other day. Breaking pitch, middle of the plate. And Mydroth does a great job just to stay on it a little bit off the end of the bat. Mike Trout has no opportunity at this one, and an easy score from Antonacci, and a nice job by Murakami to know the situation. Didn't go too far around that second base bag to where he could make an out. It's 1-0 White Sox early.
Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for the Angels, a visit to his ace Soriano on the mound. He's already thrown 24 pitches here in this first inning, which his stuff has not been as crisp we've seen this year.
And at a minimum right now, you definitely have scratched a run across, but at a minimum, you've made him throw 25 pitches in the first inning. That is a great way to start if you're the White Sox here in Anaheim.
Andrew Benintendi steps in. First one missing outside, ball one. We've seen Benny in the leadoff spot. He's made it clear it's not his favorite. As Will Venable drops him down to the 6 hole. Feels like he's been hitting the ball hard. See if he can produce here tonight. Benintendi threw his first 32 this year, 200 batting average with 2 home runs. You can see Soriano is just spraying it all over in his first inning.
He does not have the feel for the strike zone. He's kind of been in and out all the way through this first inning.
Two one.
Soriano staying away from him. Benintendi pulling off just a little bit. You can see that front hip coming open. See if he can make the adjustment. There's a big left side of the infield wide open waiting for him.
Goes up the middle, and that one will get into right center field. Murakami will score. Mydroth to third. RBI single for Benintendi. And the Sox take a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Well, he was able to straighten it out. He didn't go the other way like I was calling for. But a nice job nonetheless to stay through this. Yeah, it was a changeup or a splitter away from Benintendi. You can see exactly. It's a great shot by our crew. Well done right there. 2-0 White Sox with the RBI from Benintendi, and runners still in the corners for Kelenic.
Right fielder Jared Kelenic steps in as the first one missing high and away, ball one. Gotta love the approach we're seeing this first time through the order. Back-to-back RBI singles, and they both came with 2 strikes.
Good job of shortening up, making sure you put it in the field of play. Good things happen. White Sox doing it again with some small ball, right? We saw that a little bit in San Diego. They're known to hit the ball out of the ballpark and change the scoreboard, but they get a couple of walks and they find a way to scratch a couple runs when the ace of the Angels is on the mound and a little bit unsettled. What a big knock this would be if Kelenic could come up there and hit a double, split a gap. All of a sudden you might be looking at a 4-0 game.
2 balls, no strikes. As Soriano comes to the plate. This one is well hit into center field. Trout at the warning track. And he will make the catch to end this first. White Sox pick up 2 runs and some run support for the ace.
For over 10 years.
3 rows.
Take a look at the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Angels. This is a team over the last 14 games having trouble producing runs, averaging just 3.2 runs per game over that stretch. The big bat in the order, Mike Trout. He is continuing to put up ridiculous numbers this year. Shortstop Zach Neto leads things off for the Angels as Davis Martin ready on the mound. Strike one.
Davis Martin on the bump. He earned his 4th win of the season. Last start against these Angels, allowing 1 run on 7 hits and 1 walk. Season high, tying 7 strikeouts. So he felt good the last time out against these guys. We'll see if he's able to back it up here against them on their home turf. There's his arsenal: 4-seam, cutter, change, sinker, slider, curve. does a great job of mixing it up, all of those in double-digit percentages.
Quick work of Neto, a strikeout for Davis Martin.
Down and away, looks like you got to wait. Yep, slider down and away, curve potentially, but something with some spin and a quick out on 3 pitches.
Mike Trout steps in with a 22-game on-base streak. Over the course of that stretch, hitting .295, 8 home runs, 18 runs batted in, and he's got more walks than strikeouts over that stretch. Hit hard to the left side. At Vargas. And there's 2 away here in this first inning. It really feels like Davis Martin is coming into his own here in his 4th year in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling really good about what he's doing. He said on a podcast with Chuck Garfien that he has never been more comfortable, not only in a big league uniform, but away from the field, at home, life in general, and it's really showing.
Nolan Shawnoel, first baseman for the Angels, hitting .248 this season.
Here's the defense for the White Sox. Left to right in the outfield, Antonacci, Peters, and Kelnick. In the infield, Vargas, Montgomery, Mydroff, and Murakami. Behind the plate, Drew Romo gets another start.
Nothing but strikes here in this first inning with all 7 pitches from Davis Martin. Here's his 0-2.
Announcer jinx. That's okay. He needs to mix in some balls.
That was still a sharp breaking ball.
It looked good.
Didn't get the bite, but a good idea.
Just a little nibble. That's all he needs.
Shawnoel, young, just 24 years old, drafted 11th overall back in 2023 out of Florida Atlantic University, but just says not that prototypical power hitting first baseman.
Ooh.
Got to watch out for those Karens.
Yeah, well, somebody almost got just totally smoked. I'm glad it was found an aisle.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Couple of strikeouts for Davis Martin to start this ball game. And you can tell already has his good stuff working.
Yeah, great breaking ball right here. That's 1, 2, 3. See you later.
Welcome back to Anaheim. Top of the second we go. White Sox with a 2-0 lead. This half inning is brought to you by Wintrust. Peters drops down the bunt, but it fouls it away. This is what we've been accustomed to seeing from Tristan Peters. Can get on base in so many different ways. Yohan Moncada in on the grass at third. But it's not just the bunt for Tristan Peters. Over the last 12 games, he has 12 hits. This is a guy who has really just been able to lengthen the lineup for the White Sox. Ooh, that one fouled off d'Arnaud.
And when you have that kind of production at the bottom of the lineup, I mean, being able to get some guys on in front of the hitters that you want to have all those at-bats. You talked about Murakami wanting to get 80 more at-bats by hitting him in the 2-hole. Having guys at the bottom of the lineup like Peters getting on at a consistent basis, that gives these guys at the top of the lineup an opportunity to drive in some runs. And the way that Peters and Romo have been going, it's hard not to put them in the lineup every day.
Peters hits this one hard to right field, but Adele got a good jump on it for the first out here in this second inning. Let's go to Brooke for a scoop from the clubhouse.
Yeah, guys, depth is going to be tested in this series with Austin Hayes being placed on the 10-day IL with that left calf strain. He told me that it happened on the most recent off day. He woke up feeling sore, thought he was maybe fatigued. He tried to play through it, and it actually ended up getting worse before they had that MRI and discovered the injury. He said, man, I am just frustrated because I keep having these setbacks, and with the way the guys are playing, I want to be out there and contribute. But with that, they picked up Randall Grichuk, and this is a guy that's been in the league for 13 seasons. They're going to use him in a similar role where he's going to DH, play the corner outfield spots, and go up against lefties. He is available off the bench, guys, if they need him tonight.
All right, let's see what Grichuk can do in a White Sox uniform as he was designated for assignment by the Yankees. Drew Romo in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Will Venable giving him the start, because the last time he saw Soriano took him deep in Chicago. 10 at-bats on the season already for the White Sox. 3 hits. All 3 hits for Romo have been home runs. And then he shows bunt.
It's a good ratio. He does it all. Showing bunt, trying to trick Moncada over there. Nobody's biting Drew. Go ahead and hit another one out.
3-1. Have some fun. And he will take a 1-out walk here in the 2nd inning. So the 3rd walk given up in this ball game by Jose Soriano. As Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, looks on. What do you make of the intensity of Sam Antonacci when he let out that roar with a walk to start this ball game?
Not often do you hear a roar working a walk in the top of the 1st inning, but hey, what I do love about him is the way he plays the game. He plays hard. He's always shows up ready to roll, and don't get on this guy's bad side, you know. You ask him a question, you don't answer it the right way, he'll give you the business.
He knows who he is. He's not going to change his approach. And he plays the game hard every single day. 0-2. In on the hands, but able to fight that one off into center field. So Antonacci with a single. And the White Sox have something going here in this 2nd inning.
Sam with a nice job right here. Just inside out swing. Gets sawed off a little bit, but it's a good path, and that's the product of a good path. Just a little lazy fly ball into center in front of legendary center fielder Mike Trout. White Sox got something cooking again. Only 1 out here. And the big boy stepping to the bat, Murakami.
Get your popcorn ready. Notaka Murakami is 2nd at bat tonight. Comes up empty on 98, strike 1. First plate appearance, walked and scored. It's this one hard on the ground. Look for 2, 1 at 2nd. Murakami beats it out at 1st.
Nice job by Murakami hustling down the line right here. It's a tailor-made double play, but it's a little slow on the transition right here. Neto thought he had it, did not throw very hard to first base, but looks like Murakami beat that out pretty easily. And the White Sox have another opportunity here with Vargas stepping up to the plate.
We've been seeing his wheels lately.
I will say that the White Sox are playing this game the right way. They are running when they need to run. When they have an opportunity to beat something out, they're generally doing it. They're going 1st to 3rd. I'm telling you, this White Sox team, that is one of their staples that they want to have every day, is that they're going to run the bases hard and be tough outs on the bases and at the plate.
Look at this pitch count from Soriano as it approaches 50 here in the 2nd inning. Vargas swung so hard, drops to a knee.
Watch this again. Gets one right in the middle of the plate. Down to a knee.
Vargas struck out his first time up. And he'll pop this one up. It is Neto, the shortstop, calling for it. And he will make the catch to end this top of the second inning. Well, the stars are out here in Anaheim. Trout, Murakami. Will we see a long ball here tonight in game one of this three-game set? It's the White Sox with an early 2-0 lead. First pitch from Davis Martin here in the second inning. It'll miss here to Jorge Soler. Third longest active on-base streak in Major League Baseball at 23 games. Over the course of that stretch for Soler, hitting .277, 6 home runs, and 20 runs batted in. As he continues to produce at the plate, putting his 9-game hitting streak on the line here tonight. That is filthy.
You've seen a couple of those swings by the Angels so far. I mean, really nowhere close to the ball or the plate is that breaking pitch. And he's got a good one right now, John.
Yes, sir. 3 punch outs for Davis Martin already.
And that's what that breaking pitch does down and away. You get him to swing through, and then all of a sudden you freeze him. Look at that. Two-seamer, backdoor, no problem. Davis Martin is feeling it. His 3rd strikeout in 4 batters to start this game.
Rate is a proud partner of the 2026 White Sox. The Rate app gives Chicago fans an all-in-one wellness app with tools to build financial strength and guidance for fitness and stress management. Feel better, live better, play better. Download the Rate app today. I'd say Davis Martin is feeling better, living better, playing better, all of the above ever since that first outing in Miami. Mentally, he has just switched gears, gone into Kobe Bryant mode, and everything he's throwing with conviction.
Yeah, he's got the right mentality.
Oh, 2. This one hit hard up the middle. Backhanded. The slide by Madrov. Yeah, buddy. Making plays for his pitcher. Nice job, Chase Madrov.
Well, this just warms my heart. Nice play right here. Middle of the plate. Madrov's got it, though. Look at this little sweet slide right there. Go ahead and take that ball. Nice hard throw. No problem from Murakami. Watch this. Watch how far he has to go. This is not an easy play, and he makes it look really good.
What's the key to making a play like that at second base?
Not thinking. So Chase does a really good job, I feel like, going to his right. I've seen him make a lot of plays like that, but what he does is he just allows himself and his momentum to catch that ball, and then all of a sudden it's all about athleticism, and he's got a lot of it. He does a really good job of making tough plays look easy. And that's a big out. You know, it's a tough play. It's probably going to be a base hit if he doesn't make the play, but he makes it, and that's another quick out for his pitcher. Exactly what you want to see if you're Davis Martin.
20 pitches from Martin, 18 of them strikes to start this game. We talked a lot in spring training about Chase Madrov spending the offseason working on his body, a lot of mobility, first step quickness, and he said he increased his range, and we see it on plays just like that. Blow it by him. Davis Martin in command. 4 strikeouts already, backed up by some glove work.
Madrov ranging up the middle. No problem for him. A strong throw. And the White Sox are rolling.
Last time Colson Montgomery faced Soriano on the mound, he did this.
Hanging curveball right in the middle of the plate. And that's what Colson does. He's been doing that a lot so far this year. Off to a great start here in 2026.
White Sox trying to carry the bats from Chicago here to Anaheim. This one on the line to center as Trout will make the catch, the first out here in this 3rd inning. This half inning is brought to you by Hyundai. It feels like this entire lineup has a very good approach Now that they've seen Soriano once already this year, now the second time through the lineup.
Well, I think the biggest thing they've done so far is they've shortened the game for him. He's already thrown a ton of pitches, over 50, and we're only 1 out into the third, so they've shortened the game for him, kind of like they did the last time, John. They only got through 5 because the White Sox did a good job of wearing him down, getting a few runs across. Good start so far tonight as well.
Even with that start where the White Sox picked up the win, Soriano was named the American League Pitcher of the Month for April. It was the first time that the Angels lost a game that Soriano started. When he's on the mound to start, the Angels are 6-1 this year. Anybody else? The Angels are 7-21.
Seems like the White Sox are his kryptonite.
I'll take it. I thought you were going to give me some kind of Star Wars reference. This one fouled back right at us. So just short of the booth. You had the hand down. I'll give you credit.
JR was nervous. He wasn't maybe paying attention. Right, he was giving me coffee. That's right. That's right. I was ready.
You had that hand out. It hit the railing right in front of us.
It's probably for the best. That could have broken my hand.
As Meidroth goes down swinging, 2 down here in this third inning.
See where this pitch was. Yeah, it's just heat. 99. Tell you what, Soriano threw that like he knew he was about to strike somebody out.
Andrew Benintendi rips that breaking ball into right center field. He will take the big turn at first and head back to the bag. A couple of singles already for Benny here in this ball game.
Nice job right here, just getting ready to hit and getting a breaking pitch middle of the plate, just kind of a hanger. Sometimes those are easier to hit and you're ready for the fastball, and that big hanging breaking pitch just sits up there in your window, and Benintendi didn't miss it. And it brings up Kelenic, who hit a ball all the way to the wall. I think both you and I, when the ball left the bat, thought it might be gone. It is a little chillier here in Anaheim. I think that ball goes during the day.
Heard Brooke talk about this will be a series challenging the depth of the White Sox, as Kelenic getting an opportunity with some injuries.
Kelenic also has decided to go with the mustache. I must ask you a question. Why did he do it?
Did not just say that.
I did.
I mustache you. All right. You're in your dad joke era.
I mean, do you want to go with the May the 4th be with you jokes? I mean, we can go there.
We can go all the way there.
Wow. Okay. Stay tuned.
You're not far from Disneyland.
Do they have a?
They do have a Star Wars ride. It's one of the main attractions there.
Okay. Okay.
Some balls and a strike. I was looking into some tickets to the park, and I did get the heads up that the park was packed today with a ton of Star Wars fans dressed up and everything, celebrating May 4th.
If you had one Star Wars character to dress up as, which one would it be?
I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I'm not.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, sorry. Star Wars, Seinfeld, not exactly my go-tos.
That's true. It's all right. It's all right. We have some different tastes.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Nothing wrong with it. Two outs here in this third inning. 2-2 to Kelenic. Another one hit hard. It goes off the glove of Frazier. And Kelenic will extend this inning here in the third.
Another hard hit ball by Kelenic. Goes right at the second baseman. It'll be interesting to see how they score it. Frazier just kind of olays this. They are going to give it a hit. I think that ball had a lot of speed, and I think Frazier probably thinks he should have caught it. A lot of times with those balls that have that they're hit hard. You freeze as an infielder. You want to freeze, but you really need to have your feet moving. If he just moves back a step or two, a pretty easy one-hop play, but kind of catches you off guard.
Peters hits it hard off the big hop. Frazier again. This time he makes the play to get out of this top of the third inning. Davis Martin back to the mound. He has faced the minimum. Davis Martin, his ERA under 2 coming into tonight, and he has looked outstanding these first 2 innings already with 4 strikeouts as he faces bottom 3 in the order for the Angels. It is Josh Lowe leading things off. A 159 batting average this season. When you step in the box against a guy like Davis Martin who is on, can you feel when a pitcher is in a rhythm like he is right now?
I mean, it's obvious that he's in a rhythm. The only thing that can get him out of a rhythm is Mr. Lowe going out there and swatting some bugs.
0-2. Slow roller up the middle. Montgomery charging, and he will make the play to start this home half of the third inning. Let's go to Brooke for some news and notes.
Start with Tarek Skubal. The 2-time reigning Cy Young winner is set for elbow surgery to remove loose bodies. He's expected to miss about 2 to 3 months. Ronald Acuna Jr. hits the 10-day IL with a mild hamstring strain after getting hurt on the bases yesterday. And in Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio and Andrew Vaughn are both back, reinstated from the 10-day IL. But really tough news about Tarek Skubal, guys.
Yeah, that is big blow for the Tigers. Also Acuna Jr. going on the injured list, but it hasn't seemed to slow down the Braves. The Braves 25-10 to start the season. Atlanta's off to their best 35-game start in the modern era. That's since 1900.
And that's with a lot of good teams. I grew up in Atlanta. I'm a child of the Atlanta Braves, and watching them in the 90s and 2000s, the fact that that's their best record through those games is kind of shocking, especially with all the great talent that they've had.
They just swept the Rockies over the weekend, and in a 3-game set scored 28 runs. That was in Colorado. First 2-ball count for Davis Martin tonight. Gets the bouncer up the middle, and this one past Montgomery. First hit of the ball game for the Angels, and it comes with 1 out here in the third.
Yeah, not hard hit. 101 off the bat, but it was a ground ball, just hit in the right spot. A little chopper up the middle. Darno, no problem getting down the line. That's going to be an easy base hit. Colson unable to get there, and that's the first hit of the game against Davis Martin.
Bottom of the order is Adam Frazier. And you can tell the Angels are in attack mode because Davis Martin has been around the plate to start this ball game. It's now 7 of 9 first pitch strikes for Davis Martin tonight. Darno with the first hit of the game for the Angels on at first. One here to Frazier. On the ground, Murakami steps on the bag at first. They need a tag here, and it's in time. Nice job by Montgomery for the double play.
Well done right here. Murakami with a nice in-between hop play. He gloved it no problem. Steps on the bag. Did look like he reached a couple of times for it, but then a good throw to second base. Colson doing a good job of putting that tag on the runner Darno. What a job right there, and Davis Martin has faced the minimum through 3. It's our Steinhoffel's double play. Steinhoffel's donate $200 to Special Spaces Illinois for every double play. Double plays that make a difference, and we talked a little bit about it, but a really nice job by Mune to not only catch the ball but get the handle and then make a really good throw, a strike to second base. Colson Montgomery putting the tag on, and Davis Martin is just rolling right now, doing everything he needs to, and he's getting some good help from his defense.
Drew Romo leads things off for the White Sox to start this 4th inning. Romo walks his first time up. Pops this one up behind the plate. It is d'Arnaud. And he makes the catch. Top of the 4th, this half inning is brought to you by Toyota. Sam Antonacci, a walk, a run scored, and a single tonight. White Sox were being protective of him when they first called him up. Didn't want to bat him too high in the order, put any pressure on him. But now that you can tell that this young man can perform, the White Sox feel very comfortable with him being the leadoff hitter.
A little bit of a twinkle toe right there, you know. He's just dancing around the box. I love it, though. He's locked in. You know, a great story about Antonacci is when he got back from Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic, he texted assistant GM Josh Barfield and asked if he could go to the field and when he landed. It was like 6 o'clock at night. Josh was like, excuse me, just go home and go to sleep. Tomorrow the cages will be open. This guy loves it. It's a little cage rat.
I'm telling you, every time I walk by the cages, it doesn't matter where we are, whether it be San Diego, here in Anaheim, Chicago, you will see him in the group waiting to hit in the cages. Kind of like Kyle Teal, right?
Yeah, same guy, right? A lot of these guys. What is on his helmet? Why do you think he has a white patch on his helmet there, John? I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
We'll have to get Brooke on the case. Oh,
slap the other way and pokes it into left field. 3rd time on base tonight, his 2nd hit, as Antonacci has been setting the table.
Sox fans, catch every swing, strikeout, and big moment this season on Chicago Sports Network. Stream live on the CHSN app and watch on up to 3 devices. Start your 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead.
Taka Murakami with a runner on at first, 1 out in this 4th inning. So that hit by Antonacci, that's the 6th hit by the White Sox tonight. 5 of them have come in 2-strike counts. Well, here we go. Here's 2 strikes on Murakami.
Here we go. We can start hitting now.
Pitch number 75 from Soriano. Had 32 pitches in that lengthy 1st inning when the White Sox got 2 runs off him. One, 2. Just love the way that Murakami loads and keeps his hands back.
Yeah.
Especially for something off speed.
I've noticed that he and Showman, the hitting coach, they do his gather as their handshake before the game.
Okay.
We'll have to get it on TV, but I saw it yesterday just briefly. It's kind of hilarious because Show does a pretty good job of Murakami. Whoa.
Murakami deep to center. Trout at the wall. Get out! Munetaka Murakami has now tied Aaron Judge for the Major League lead. His 14th home run of the season. That was loud.
It was really loud, enough to where it made me yell, whoa, as soon as the ball was hit. Reminds me of another Japanese star I watched here in Anaheim for a long time. 98, up and out of the zone, no problem for Murakami. Watch this. Boom. And just not even really a heavy gather or load, just a flick of the wrist, and it's up on the berm past Mike Trout in center field.
Here's the updated list. Murakami and Judge tied at the top with 14 home runs. And Gordon once again, 2 strikes.
2 strikes. Gosh, it's like a trend. Let's just give him 2 and then start hitting.
Now Vargas sends this one deep to right center field. It continues to carry. Waiting for the signal. There it is. It has left the yard. Back to back here in the 4th inning. And the White Sox are getting to Soriano.
Tell you what, both of those balls, if it was a little bit warmer of an evening, would have been so far gone. There was little to doubt about Murakami's, but this one just gets over the fencing there in right field. Smoked by Vargas, and they go back to back. Look at that. Stays inside of that baseball. 98, inner third, and you'll see just off the top of the wall and over the fence.
And they may not be done yet, because here is Colson Montgomery in the box with only 1 out. Highest run percentage coming via the home run. The White Sox scoring over 50% of their runs with the long ball. And we talked about in the open, what did you like about what the White Sox did in that series against the Angels? Well, moments like this, when Murakami and Vargas went back-to-back in the game on April 27th.
Right, they do it again. That was obviously a huge moment when Murakami hit his home run. It put him up. They were big time down in that game, and he put him up, tied the ball game, put him in the lead, and then all of a sudden Vargas comes right back and puts a stamp on it, just like he did a minute ago.
Having fun, partner?
Love it. It is fun to watch Murakami hit, and our audio is great here because every time they hit it, it's like bam. You get a great feel of how that ball sounds coming off the bat.
1-2. It is in there, called strike 3 for out number 2. Well, much different ball game than the White Sox saw yesterday. The top 3 hitters in the order yesterday against the Padres were combined 0 for 9. Tonight, the top 3 have 4 hits and 5 runs, making this 5-0 lead here over the Angels.
Soriano's got to be thinking, what do I have to do against this White Sox team? The way he's pitched against the rest of the league, and all of a sudden the White Sox come in, both in Chicago and here in Anaheim, and they pounce all over Soriano. His ERA ballooned to 1.75 right now. And that was his 87th pitch of the ball game, John. So he's not going to be around much longer. Angels hoping they can get a few more outs from him.
One ball, 2 strikes here to Mydroff. And he goes down swinging, but the White Sox pick up 3 runs. The 2-run shot from Murakami started it.
Murakami deep to center field. Just a flick of the wrist. Everybody's happy. Throwing a little confetti right there. And then back-to-back, Vargas rolls through that one and sends it out to right center field for back-to-back homers. White Sox up 5-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th.
Welcome back. That first pitch here in this bottom of the 4th, missing from Davis Martin here to Zach Neto, top of the order. A 5-run lead for the White Sox, thanks to Munetaka Murakami and Miguel Vargas going back-to-back in the top half of this frame. Breaking ball continues to snap from Davis Martin.
In the last inning, too, you see Sam Antonacci, 2 strikes, right, and just slaps that ball the other way, finds the barrel, goes the other way. That's what they loved about him when they drafted him out of Coastal Carolina. He gets on base and Murakami drives him in.
Davis Martin picking up where he left off. They strike out to start this home half of the 4th.
Davis Martin has had a great breaking ball tonight. He is making short work right now of this Angels lineup.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Chicago Southland, where the action never stops. Play the hottest table games, enjoy the newest slots, and celebrate big jackpots. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. What a matchup here. Davis Martin on a roll, facing one of the best hitters in the game, Mike Trout.
Yeah, got to be careful with Mike. He's back doing Mike things this year. He's had a lot of injuries over the last couple years that have kept him out, but he is back doing all the things.
Oh-2. Bottom of the 4th. This half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. 3-time MVP, 11-time All-Star. He has been healthy to start this season and productive in the lineup for the Angels. But Davis Martin just too much, wins that battle for another strikeout.
They've seen so many of those breaking pitches go down and away for balls. Mike Trout probably thinking, hey, he can't throw it for a strike down and away. Well, this one kind of backs up on him a little bit, but it works just as well. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, striking out the first 2 batters.
Faces the first baseman, Nolan Shawnuel, who struck out swinging his first time up. Already the 10th swing and miss by the Angels tonight. On 42 pitches from Davis Martin.
Good ratio.
Yeah. And it's not just the confidence that Davis Martin has on the mound, it's the confidence that everyone else has around him when he takes the ball for a start.
He's definitely one of the leaders on this team, if not the leader.
Look at that swing. Shawnuel just could not hold it up, just nasty inside.
Yeah, fastball just paints the inside corner. That's when you know you're feeling it as a pitcher, when you're able to throw down and away to right-handers, into left-handers for strikes. Be able to add and subtract, go from strike to ball. He's doing it all right now.
Six strikeouts for Davis Martin tonight as he looks to strike out the side here in the 4th. 2-2. This is ripped over the head of Murakami into right field. Kelnick bobbled it. His throw is late to second. And a double for Nolan Shawnuel.
And he might have tweaked a little bit of a hammy. He was a little bit of a grab right there. Let's see where this pitch was. Stayed in the zone a long time. Yeah, they wanted it down more middle of the plate. And just over the leaping grasp of Murakami. If Kelnick comes up with it the right way, he comes up with it clean, definitely a play at second base, but just a little bobble right there. He's mad at himself, but a little bobble, and it's an easy double for Shawnuel.
Jorge Soler. Not even close to that first one. With 2 outs here in this 4th inning. First runner in scoring position for the Angels tonight. The numbers for Davis Martin with runners in scoring position. Very good.
97, John. I mean, I know Davis can get that, but that's top range for him. He'll sit 93, 95. You don't often see a 7. He doesn't want anybody to score, it seems.
Pitch number 50 tonight. On the ground to Vargas. He will throw to first as Davis Martin through 4 keeps the Angels off the board. White Sox a 5-0 lead.
Follow our Chicago White Sox at chicagosportsnetwork.com, presented by Nationwide Insurance Agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Welcome back to Anaheim, top of the 5th. 5-0 White Sox on top. New pitcher on the mound.
Yeah, Mitch Ferris on for the 5th time so far this year. Nice ERA at 2.25. They'll look to stop these streaking White Sox.
And intending the air to center. It is Trout moving to his right for the first out here in this 5th inning. Well, the White Sox mission accomplished. You get Jose Soriano out of this game. Only 4 innings from the Angels starter.
Pretty good job by the White Sox early. They've worked a couple of walks, made him work in that first inning, and a couple of really solid at bats by Meidroth and Benintendi, put 2 across the board, and then the big boys do the work in the 4th with a couple home runs, Murakami and Vargas. Murakami with the 2-run shot.
The catcher's challenge you to call a ball.
Travis d'Arnaud will challenge that last pitch. It was called a ball. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
And Kelenic doing the same thing Lowe did.
Wow, that did not miss by much.
Ooh, 0.1, it was way off the plate.
Top of the White Sox 5-0 lead. This half inning is brought to you by St. Xavier University. All right, so get this. Soriano, first 6 starts of the season, had an ERA of .24. Everyone was talking about he could be the potential Cy Young winner. His last 2 starts, both against the White Sox. First, Kelenic slashes this one to left center field. He's taking the wide turn. He's going to test the arm of Trout in center. And Trout up to the task, guns him at the bag.
Second hard hit ball. Excuse me, 3rd hard hit ball off the bat of Kelenic. He's starting to feel it a little bit. Watch this, just stays with it. It's an inside pitch too. He does a really good job of going the other way. And here's the end of it. Yep, pretty good tag right there by the veteran Frazier. I like the effort right there. Up 5-0. You can take a chance like that. He gets thrown down. Mike Trout makes a good throw, but close play at second base. And right now, Kelenic has hit the ball hard 3 times, lined out to the wall, and then a couple of singles.
Just finishing that thought on Soriano. 1 run he gave up in 6 starts. In Chicago, gave up 3 runs. Here in Anaheim, 5 runs. The White Sox have had his numbers so far this season.
Sometimes that just happens. You have a team that you just seemingly can't get out. But to be fair, he's doing this kind of back-to-back, right, with the White Sox. So it might be the White Sox. It might be that he's just kind of coming off that really good start. Sometimes you're going to go through that during a season. Pitcher, you're not going to have it as much all the time. But I'll tell you what, his stuff is electric. You can just see it. 98 with some run and then a nasty breaking pitch. White Sox have been able to handle him, though, and they're the only team that really has, to your point.
Tristan Peters, 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 down. And swing and a miss to end this top of the 5th. Game one of this 3-game set here in Anaheim, and the Sox a 5-0 lead over the Angels. Head to the ballpark this Friday, May 8th, as we take on the Seattle Mariners. Catch the White Sox in their iconic City Connect uniforms. Plus, stick around for a post-game fireworks show presented by Steinhoffels. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/city. Yohan Moncada leads things off for the Angels here in the home half of the 5th, with 5, 6, 7 coming to the plate. Seems like every outing we have seen from Davis Martin, he just continues to get better and better this season.
He's feeling it tonight. You can tell. I mean, he's been very efficient as well through 4. Only 52 innings pitched. Sorry, 52 pitches over that time span. Now the bottom of the 5th.
I'm glad you mentioned the innings pitched, because could reach a milestone tonight for Davis Martin in year 4 of his big league career. He needs 3 more innings of work to reach 300 innings in his career. Last year was his first full season in the big leagues. And you can tell he is coming into his own. Two pitch. Strike 3 called. Well, you said the over would hit tonight for Davis Martin. There's number 7.
There it is. Now look at that bottom of the zone. Just nastiness right there. Moncada can't believe it. Romo can't catch it. Either way, it's 1 out.
All right, Brooke, what do you got?
Yeah, you guys are just talking about the difference we're seeing in Davis Martin this season, and Zach Bove told me Davis just really understands who he is on the mound right now. He's not trying to do too much or chase matchups. He's just leaning into what he does best, and he's attacking the zone, and he said that confidence is what you want to see from a leader in your rotation. But what I really loved is what Bove said. He said he still wants to get better, still asking, hey, how can I work on things? And even with all this success, he's just still looking for ways to improve, and I love that.
Slight tweaks to the arsenal before the season started to get dialed in, and it has certainly worked here for Davis Martin with 1 out here in this bottom of the 5th.
Always learning. Love it.
This half inning, it is brought to you by Prevagen. Joe Adell 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 2nd inning. This one high in the air to right center field. Peters calling for it and just narrowly misses a collision with Kelnick. But the catch is made for out number 2.
Like Bad News Bears over there. Center fielder going to catch everything. Peters like, I got this. Doesn't matter where it is. It might be straight up right. Doesn't matter. Gonna catch it. And honestly, I don't care who catches it as long as it's caught. And I think Davis would say the same thing.
How efficient has Davis Martin been? That is just pitch number 60 tonight. Josh Lowe 0 for 1 to ground out his first time up in the 3rd inning. That's another thing we're seeing from Davis Martin, is that he's not always hunting strikeouts. He is pitching to contact. Something that has helped keep his pitch count down.
I've always liked Davis on the mound. I remember calling his first game when he was taking the mound in Kansas City, his big league debut, and he just had a presence around him. He's had some injury trouble, but he belongs, and he feels like he belongs.
Strikeout number 8 for Davis Martin, who continues to dazzle here in California. Sox up after 5.
Welcome back. It's the 6th. This half inning is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. You know, Drew Romo told me that he's just feeling really good at the plate right now. Honestly, the best he's ever felt. And he said mechanically everything's really clicking from both sides, putting him in a great position to hit. And on top of that, he's just seeing the ball really well. You know, he said it's just about trusting the work in his process, knowing hitting comes with the ups and downs. But right now, he's just trying to ride it while he's locked in. And Gordo, you know about the ups and downs of a season and how good it is when you're just feeling right at the plate.
Absolutely. When you're feeling it at the plate, I mean, the ball is as big as a beach ball, and there are moments where it's not like that. So you got to enjoy those moments when you get up the plate and you're like, I'm going to do some damage. And that's clearly what Romo has been feeling lately. He's been hitting the ball really hard, changing the scoreboard. Obviously, he likes to hit homers, or he doesn't like to get hits. 3 hits, 3 homers.
Well, you know who else has been hot? This man at the plate, Sam Antonacci. His job is to get on base in front of Murakami, and he has done that all 3 times tonight. Fourth multi-hit game of the season for Antonacci with a couple singles. He has scored twice.
Talking to the scout that drafted Sam, also drafted me, by the way, he said that Sam's a blue-collar baseball player. He's a throwback. You don't see a lot of them like that anymore. And I tend to agree. Watching his game, he's an old school player. Just gets after it.
0-2. Do you remember what your scouting report was?
No, but I can probably get him to send it. I'll work on that.
All right, all right. It's always fun to see the old scouting reports. Guys like Derek Jeter back in the day when he was in high school. The notes scouts would write. Scouting report from Murakami. It is off the charts right now as Antonacci goes down swinging. Out number 2 here in this 6th inning.
4th inning, he absolutely hammered a ball to center field. This is the memorable moment presented by Prevagen. It was back-to-back in the 4th. See where these balls went. 109 off the bat, 429 feet away was Murakami's, and he hit another one hard just there for a double.
A fair ball down the right field line. Murakami off to second. His first career big league double.
Get that ball. Get the ball. There you go. Oh, they're throwing it the wrong dugout.
Throw the other dugout. We want to keep that thing.
This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile double warranty. The first time he hasn't hit a single or a home run in the big leagues, and you can see him. He's digging for 2, and he got in there without a throw. Nice job. Congrats to Mune for his first career double.
Murakami, just a special talent. But you never know what he's going to be able to do at the plate, and everybody has been feeding off of him. On the ground is short. Neto with the throw, and Vargas is retired to end this top of the 6th inning. Congratulations, Munetaka Murakami. First double here in the bigs.
The lights stay on after the final out. Stick around for Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy, your late night post-game show from the West Coast, featuring special guest, the Sod Father, Roger Bossard. Stream it live on the CHSN app, wherever the night takes you. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead.
And Travis d'Arnaud, a single to start this home half of the 6th inning, and that is the first time the leadoff hitter has reached for the Angels here tonight.
Yeah, just a fastball right down the middle. d'Arnaud does not wait around. I mean, why would you? Davis Martin has been dealing when he's ahead in the count. So Darno, the veteran, goes ahead and says, I'll just swing at the first pitch and hope for the best. And it works out.
Just the third hit that Davis Martin has given up tonight. 2 of them coming to the catcher, Darno. Nine-hole Adam Frazier grounded into a double play his first time up in the third. As you can tell, Davis Martin still confusing hitters this second time through the order. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Davis Martin, punch out number 9, a new career high.
A career high for Davis Martin. He is just feeling it. Top of the zone, gets Frazier to go after it. You can see where it lands. Up and out, 95. 9th strikeout, as John said. A career high. Congrats to Davis Martin. He's been absolutely dealing. He struck out 7 a couple of times already this year, but now has a 9. We'll see if he can get double digits, John.
I like that he hasn't wasted too many pitches. This will be pitch number 70 in the ball game, coming with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Popped up, shallow center field. Peters racing in. He will get there in time for out number 2. It's time now for a message from Ankin Law.
Hey, Howard, I got hurt at work in the warehouse. My boss doesn't believe me.
Ankin Law has over 100 attorneys and staff ready to work for you. If you've been hurt on the job, in a car accident, or suffered a medical mistake, call 312-6-million.
A pop from the crowd as Mike Trout comes to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Went down looking his last time up in the 4th. But he has showed why he wanted to stay in center field this year. Scribble on the ground to the right side. Mydroth racing over, covering ground, retires Trout. And for Davis Martin, he's got through 6 innings with a 5-0 lead. Families eat free. Grab your family and head to the ballpark this season with a family pack starting at $21. Well, we lost the promo. It's all right. Get a free meal. It's all part of it. Yeah, no big deal. Top of the 7th we go. White Sox with a 5-0 lead over the Angels. Davis Martin has had it going since the 1st inning. White Sox giving him run support as Colson Montgomery leads things off with 4, 5, 6 coming to the plate. All right, so we did some digging.
Yeah, we did.
We wanted to know what was the scouting report for a young Gordon Beckham back at Georgia when he was just raking. Longtime big league scout Kevin Burrell, one of the best in the business, put this together, and he said, quote, one of the best hitters in the country with power in the bat, controls the barrel and the strike zone, will be an elite middle of the diamond defensive player with a chance to be a gold glove player in the future. High praise from Kevin Burrell.
Wow. Well,
he has seen a lot of them.
Yes, he has. He got the glove part right. Bat was, you know, it was hit or miss. There were some moments. Did have some power.
But certainly a lot of highlight reels with the glove.
The glove. The glove was there.
Missing outside. Full count here to Colson Montgomery. Montgomery has his season high 16-game on base streak that he's looking to continue here. He's 0 for 3 tonight. On the the ground, it is Frazier at second. And Montgomery is retired.
Today's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. Level up your banking with Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank. Love where you bank.
Chase Maidrop drove in the first run of the game with an RBI single in the first inning. That was off Jose Soriano. Sox scored 2 in the first, 3 runs in the 4th inning, and they chased the starter, did not come out for the 5th. I mean, if you say you'll get Soriano, one of the best in the game, out of the game at the end of the 4th, you would take that every day of the week.
Without question.
Ten hits put up by this White Sox lineup tonight. As Will Venable has just loved the approach of these young guys every time they show up to the ballpark. The way they participate in the meetings, stick to the game plan, and play hard. This one hit hard to left field. Low, drifting back, and will make the catch. There's 2 away. Celebrate moms and women at the ballpark this weekend. From game day for the girls and the women's athleisure jacket giveaway presented by Rush to a Mother's Day pregame parade and a special ceremony honoring breast cancer awareness presented by the Illinois Lottery. Well, the weekend it is packed. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/mom. With so many young guys, I think veterans like Andrew Benintendi and Austin Hayes, they provide such leadership to these guys in the hitters' meetings. Benintendi able to send that one into right center field. How about a 3-hit ball game for Benny?
Left on left. Benny stays on it. Just a little bit off the end of the bat here, but stays right through that, down and in. And gets enough of it to get over Frazier at second base. And as you said, John, 3 for 4. Nice night for Benintendi.
Second time this season that Benny has a 3-hit ball game. You've really liked the swings of Kelenic.
I have. Yeah, I think he's hit the ball hard 3 times. This is going to be a little bit different. Left on left. Not sure how much he loves the left on left, but he's done a good job of going the other way. I'm going to see if he wants to do it again. See, he pulls off that one. He wasn't listening to me, but I'm going to speak it into existence with that left on left. Sometimes I see really good left-handed hitters. What they'll try to do is just serve it the other way, not try to do too much. Kelenic's had himself a good night, hit the ball hard 3 times. Let's see if he can make it 4.
Got to channel the force.
That's it. On May the 4th, I will channel the force into Kelenic to go the other way.
Lightsaber that thing. 2-1. The White Sox figure out a way to flip the switch. As every organization he's been in, everyone has noticed his talent and his potential. 2-2.
Yeah, the ball really jumps off his bat. I think a warmer day, and the first ball he hit tonight's over the fence in center field. But I noticed it in spring training. He's in the cage. It sounds different. It jumps off his bat. It's just about consistency with him, and that can be hard sometimes when you have a leg kick and you have some big movement.
Runner goes, bouncer up the middle. Benintendi, and Neto could not glove it. So let's see how they rule that one.
Yeah, I feel like that's got to be an error. I mean, it looked like Neto was trying to catch the ball and step on the bag at the same time, and he just fumbles it.
Wow, they say base hit.
And they're going to give it a hit. Only thing I'll say is it is difficult when that bag is in the way. You don't know if that ball is going to hit the top of the bag, the side of the bag, so you're a little bit cautious. But I'm sure Kelenic will take that. It's probably one of those ones Neto feels like he should have had, but either way, Kelenic getting the benefit of the call, and it's been a great night for him. That's his third hit. That was the softest hit baseball that he's had all night, but it does end up being a hit, and he's 3 for 4.
So here is the newest member of the Chicago White Sox. Talked about getting picked up today. Released by the Yankees. And with Austin Hayes going to the injured list, a pinch hit appearance here for Grichuk in the 7th inning. A veteran player, Randall Grichuk, 34 years old. Comes at the first one and will line it to Moncada to end this top of the 7th. It is time to stretch here in Anaheim. Sox up 5-0. Davis Martin, a career high 9 strikeouts tonight. He had it going.
Yeah, he's had it going. Slider down and away. He's had some really good moments tonight, and that's not going to be his best one. Ball off the wall.
Shaunerell digging for 2. And that'll be his second double of the night. That'll start this home half of the 7th inning.
But overall, Davis Martin has been really good. Looks like the Angels are going hunting on that first pitch. It's a fastball middle of the plate. Davis knew it as soon as it left the bat that it was going to be some trouble. It was a matter if it was going to stay in, and the Kelenic in right field did a very good job to get this ball in. Actually made it pretty close, even with the hop that didn't go right to him. But yeah, Davis Martin has been excellent tonight. Those 9 Ks, one away from double digits. That 9 is his career high. So clearly feeling something out there. He has been on a roll of late.
And he's still getting big misses on that breaking ball as Derek Hill will enter the game and play center field. That is the 17th swing and miss from Davis Martin tonight.
Yeah, Davis's career high is 19 whiffs. See if he can get there.
Soler has not made a comfortable swing so far tonight. Everything he is reaching for. Struck out looking, and a ground out to third tonight. Did he go? He did not. That was Jansen Visconti on the call at first. Davis Martin hunting double digits. 1-2. He got it. 10 punch outs. That is a new career high for Davis Martin.
And it's more of the same from Martin. Fastballs firm. And this beautiful breaking pitch down and away. He's had a good one.
StatCast 3D is presented by Google Cloud. We take a look at all the outs through 6 innings for Davis Martin.
He's just been really good. And you said it earlier, John. He's been very efficient with his pitches. Here we are in the bottom of the 7th, and that was his 80th pitch. So a chance to get through 7 at least.
You know, not only is the depth going to be challenged for the position players, but Will Venable said the bullpen has been taxed as of late. So you get a guy like Davis Martin, a veteran guy, puts this team on his back, and he rests the bullpen to start this series against the Angels. Moncada pops this one up to shallow left field. Antonacci coming in, and there's 2 away here in the 7th. Look at this line from Davis Martin tonight.
Maybe even more important than the 10 Ks, I know it's a career high and he's looking good, he's feeling it, he's nodding his head, is the 0 walks. He hasn't given any free passes, just a handful of hits, and he's 1 out away from getting through 7.
Joe Adell lines this one to right field. They're going to hold the runner at third. A nice job by Kelenic coming up firing from right field.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked to right field. It was a fastball up. I will say the Angels are starting to get a little bit better swings off on Davis Martin right now. That's a fastball, top of the zone, 95, still good velo, but right at the right fielder Kelenic, and he comes up firing. A nice throw by him and keeps runs off the board. I bet that this is probably it. You can just tell Davis is getting a little bit towards the end of his rope, and some balls are starting to get hit hard against him. So I'm sure the White Sox staff is looking at that and saying, okay, let's find a way to get him through one more out, and then maybe that's the end of the night for him.
Looking at the White Sox bullpen, we're starting to see some activity as guys are moving. And we will have somebody get up and throwing in the White Sox bullpen. 2 outs here in the 7th, runners on at the corners. And the first one missing to Josh Lowe. Jordan Leisure is warming up in the Sox bullpen. In the air to center. It is Hill, just entered this game, makes the catch at the wall. Davis Martin goes 7 strong, and he reaches 300 innings pitched in his career. What an outing in Anaheim. Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Clap it up for Davis Martin tonight.
Yeah, what a night for him, right? 7 innings strong, didn't give up a run, 10 Ks, career high. What a night for Davis Martin.
He's getting handshakes, so you would assume his night is done. As we start this 8th inning, White Sox a 5-0 lead. Was there an element to his night that impressed you the most? No. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts.
I just think aggressiveness. I felt like especially early, every halo hitter was 0-2 before you could blink. He was just attacking the zone, and that's why you saw late him get hit a little bit.
Romo pops this one up. Frazier with the grab, 1 away.
Because he kept the same mentality, and they started saying, hey, we can't wait around. He's throwing strikes early. We got to hit him. And so that's when he started getting hit a little bit. I mean, I just say just a little. There's only 4 hits given up, or excuse me, 5 hits given up by him. Either way, it was to take a Steve Stone word, an enchanting night.
It was enchanted. Two for 3 night for Sam Antonacci. Adding a walk, and he's been on base 3 times. This is a guy who has been exactly who the White Sox thought he would be. On the ground, it is Frazier at second from the grass. Out number 2. Now a message from Steele and Lober.
Just received this bulletin. The Roswell Army Airfield has just recovered an unidentified aircraft that crashed near the base.
Honey, have you heard the news? Receive $1,500 off the purchase of your new garage from now until the end of the month. Call us today.
Well, sad day across Major League Baseball. as the longtime radio voice who had retired, John Sterling of the Yankees, passing away today at the age of 87. The Yankees holding a moment of silence for the great John Sterling before the game in the Bronx tonight. He is one of the best to ever do it. I grew up idolizing him, and I'll never forget my first game calling a Major League Baseball game. It was for the National Game of the Week for ESPN Radio, and it was Yankees Red Sox in the Bronx, and my radio booth was the next booth over from John Sterling. And you know, there's the clear glass in between the booths, and as I walked in, met him, got a chance to get some time with him, and I said, what is it that makes you so special, or what is it I should do as a new broadcast that could make me special, make me stand out? He goes, be yourself, just do you. Because there's only one John Sterling. You can't recreate that. I remember the last out of the game, I looked over at his booth, he looked at me, as Murakami now singles into center field. He looked at me after the last out of that game with a thumbs up, thumbs down to get my pulse on how I did. And I looked over him, I said, thumbs up, and John Sterling winked back at me, and he was excited for me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. John was a long time play-by-play for the Yankees, and his voice is iconic, and that's a cool moment you shared with him, especially looking up to him as Murakami has his third hit of the night. He's been on 4 times.
And Vargas wasting no time, singles into right field. Murakami goes first to third. White Sox not done yet, trying to tack on a late run here in this 8th inning.
Mooney with a single, and then Vargas backs that up. They've been the Bash brothers tonight, back-to-back. That's a fastball right on the middle of the plate, and Vargas smokes it. That's his second hit to the right side of the field. One was a home run, and that one just a line drive shot right at Joe Adell. Runners on the corners here for Colson Montgomery.
Catching a piece of Darno as Montgomery with 2 outs, looking for his first hit tonight, 0 for 4. Vargas goes. This one is drilled into right field. Murakami will score as the Sox add a late run. It's now 6-0 here in the 8th.
2, 3, 4 of the lineup has been doing it all night. They do it some more here with Colson's first hit of the night. A line drive shot. Right field. Vargas was running, and he stops at second base, but Murakami easily scores, and the White Sox now up 6-0.
3 straight singles with 2 outs in the 8th inning. And Montgomery, his on-base streak lives on. It is now 17 games in a row. It just feels like everybody is contributing in this White Sox lineup offensively right now.
I think offensively, pitching-wise, defense, you're seeing some of the best baseball they've played in years. I feel like they are now coming to the ballpark wondering by how much they're going to win by, not necessarily can we win the game.
Swing and a miss by Majdroth. That'll end this top of the 8th. White Sox lead at 6-0. John Sterling, the longtime radio voice of the Yankees, passes away at the age of 87.
15th time on the bump so far this year for Sean Newcomb. An ERA on at 4 on the dot. He's got a current streak of 3 games, 2.1 innings pitched, where he hasn't given up a run. And last time out was against these Angels, and he had a hold over 1 1/3 innings pitched, gave up a hit and a walk while striking out 3.
Bottom of the 8th we go. White Sox with 15 hits tonight. Leading at 6-0 over the Angels as Travis d'Arnaud steps in. Only one who was able to figure out Davis Martin tonight, as d'Arnaud 2 for 2. Really d'Arnaud and Shawnuel, the 2 guys in the lineup.
Other than that, they didn't touch him. Nice job by Davis Martin. Gives way to Newcomb here in the bottom of the 8th.
This is how you want to open a series. Offensively, a couple home runs against the ace.
The batter's challenge is ball strike.
All right, so d'Arnaud will use a challenge here.
Catcher to catcher conversation right there.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The call is confirmed. Los Angeles has got a challenge for the remaining of the game.
So the call stands 2-2. Blew him away. First out here in the home half of the 8th inning. It is time now to check in with Chuck and Ozzy. A little late night on the West Coast, and a special guest we have all been waiting for, Roger Bossert in the house. What's up, fellas?
Oh yeah, we've got a great late show with the one and only Roger Bossert, and you're going to learn what this home plate is all about. I can't show it to you too much. You got to watch Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy. How fun is it going to be with Roger?
Oh my goodness, you're going to find something about us nobody knows.
He's going to tell stories that have never been told, only for all of you. Roger, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. We'll see you after the game. Back to you guys in Anaheim. Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy coming your way after the final out.
Hey, let's clap it up. Roger in the house. Clap it up.
Roger has a voice for broadcasting. I'm glad he is finally getting the recognition that he deserves. Pretty good fields too, FYI.
Pretty good. My man is the best in the business.
That's why they call him the sod father. Although it's kind of misleading because he's the dirt father.
Oswald Peraza is the pinch hitter with 1 out here in this 8th inning.
Love Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy.
Fun, fun, fun. Especially if they score holds. A lot of good things to talk about right now with White Sox baseball. This is a team who has won 10 of their last 15 games, dating back to the start of that road trip in Sacramento. Popped up right side. Murakami. And makes the play. How about a trip down on the farm? We go to Brooke.
We got to talk about Braden Montgomery. He got the call to AAA Charlotte after a really strong start in Birmingham. In just 27 games, he's hit .313 and was slugging over 600 with 22 ribbies. He's the White Sox top prospect. Remember, the key piece, or one of the key pieces to that Garrett Crochet trade, and you're just starting to see how quickly he's moving through the farm system. Real quick, going back to Roger, I don't think I've ever seen him without a Carhartt t-shirt and shorts. It was nice to see him in a different fit there Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy.
I agree. A lot of new things. You always see him with the hat too.
Yep.
So,
and you see him on the front lines, whether with the tarp or fixing the dirt.
I like the casual nature of Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they always wear ties. I never like to wear ties.
Popped up Zach Neto and Sean Newcomb. Very nice. A 1-2-3 8th inning. We will go to the 9th here in Anaheim. Sox up 6-0.
Time for the Toyota upcoming schedule. Let's go places. 2 more out here in Anaheim, followed by an off day, and then it's back home. 9 7-game, 10-day homestand. That'll be nice, John.
Ending with the Crosstown Series.
Yep, Seattle, Kansas City, and the Cubs. And here's Brent Suter on for the 13th time so far this year. The lefty pitching at a 4.12 ERA will face Benintendi to lead off the top of the 9th.
Oswald Peraza, who pinch hit, will stay in the game and play second base to start this 9th inning. Missing inside, ball 1-1 the count here to Benintendi. The 6- and 7-hole hitters for the White Sox tonight, Benintendi and Kelenic, a combined 6 for 8.
That'll do it. Pressure at the bottom of the lineup. A lot of run scoring at the top. That's a recipe for success. And then you add Davis Martin's day and some good defense. What's not to like?
Another hard crack off the bat. Benintendi with 4 hits tonight. The first 4-hit game for any member of the White Sox this season. Well, grab your friends and head to the park for Miller Lite Baseball and Brews. Get 1 ticket and 2 beers starting at $24. You must be 21 and over with a valid ID. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/brews. Will Venable said Andrew Benintendi was close. Take a little pressure off him, drop him down, middle of the order, and he produced tonight.
Sure did. And he's hit the ball hard. Stayed through a lot. I feel like line drive after line drives coming off his bat. That last one being one of the hardest hit tonight.
Kelenic pops this one up to left field. Lowe will squeeze one out here in this 9th inning.
I mean, 16 hits, John. Pretty unbelievable what they've been doing. You can tell the confidence coming as we look at the late night signs. They've got a couple check marks. They only need one more. Will they get it? Yes, they will. Stick around for late night with Chuck and Ozzy.
Second time this season the White Sox have had 16 hits in a ball game. They did it back on April 22nd against the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
Derek Hill coming off a huge swing yesterday. Came out there, 2-run home run to tie it up late. Gave the White Sox a chance to win that game. Fortunately, a tapper got him by Bogarts.
It was one of those losses, though, that you come away and you're like, the White Sox still played well. They were still competitive. They still played hard.
100%. Yeah, I mean, that's what good baseball is. Like, sometimes you're going to show up and you're just going to lose. It's going to happen. But they have found a lot of ways to win. And from a lot of different areas. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, when you're pitching well, you're hitting well, and you're playing good defense, you better win a lot of games. If you're not winning those games, you're not going to be doing much of anything in the big leagues. Got to find a way to win those games, and they're doing it right now.
One down here in this 9th. 2-2 the count here to Hill as Suter comes to first. There's some boos here in Anaheim as the home pitcher comes to the first. A challenge by Derek Hill on that strike 3 call.
The batter's challenge is the call strike.
It looked pretty good from up here.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. We take a look.
Yeah.
The call is confirmed. Chicago is out of challenges for the remaining of the game.
A little smirk from Derek Hill.
Yeah, it's not one you want to see. But, you know, shoot your shot. 6-0 here in the top of the ninth. I'd say it's pretty safe. Pretty.
Both teams now out of challenges as Romo has that one caught by Neto to end this top of the ninth. White Sox look to finish it off. 3 more outs to get at the bottom of the ninth when we come back. Customize your game day with a private suite. Explore our food and beverage options and learn about our various suite sizes to fit your group. Tailor your experience for an unforgettable day at the ballpark. For more information, visit whitesox.com/suites or call 312-674-1000. Thanks for staying up late with us here on the West Coast. Sean Newcomb stays on the mound to finish it off here in the bottom of the ninth. White Sox with a 6-0 lead in the opening game this series against the Angels, with Mike Trout leading it off. Brooke Fletcher on the field, Gordon Beckham here in the booth. I'm John Schriffen. This has certainly been an enjoyable ball game. If this score holds, it'll be 6 straight series where the White Sox take the opening game. Two one. Davis Martin went 7. And trying to get Sean Newcomb to go the rest of the way here tonight. In there, called strike 3.
Breaking pitch down over the zone. Yep, catches just the bottom of it. Trout thought it was down. Newcomb, the solid pitch, and gets out number 1. No challenges remaining, so Trout didn't challenge. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth.
White Sox pitchers tonight recording 12 strikeouts, 10 of them a career high from Davis Martin. As Newcomb knows the assignment, just keep throwing strikes. Oh, 2. How about that one?
Head to the ballpark on Friday, May 15th, as we take on the Cubs at 6:40 p.m. Catch the White Sox in their iconic City Connect uniforms for this crosstown rivalry. Plus, stick around for a post-game fireworks show presented by Rate. To purchase tickets, visit whitesox.com/city.
Back-to-back strikeouts to start this ninth, and the White Sox are 1 out away from wrapping it up. How about this? We got a Let's Go White Sox chant here in Anaheim tonight. Right above the White Sox dugout. Gotta love it. Held on by Romo. That'll do it. Ball game. White Sox win the opener here in Anaheim, 6-0. The fourth shutout win of the season for the Sox.
Another one of those games by the White Sox where you look back and you said this is one of the best and most finely played games they've had all year. They keep doing that. They keep racking up those left and right. These guys are playing some great baseball. Travis Martin was excellent, 10 Ks, a career high. And the White Sox offense did their thing. Murakami going deep again, Vargas going deep again, and a little bit of small ball. They have done it all with some great defense too.
Played in a very comfortable 2 hours and 18 minutes. The White Sox continue their winning ways against the Angel, a 6-0 win in the opener of this 3-game set. For Brooke Fletcher, Gordon Beckham, I'm John Triffin. Thank you for staying up late with us. Don't go anywhere. Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy is coming up next because they got the sod father. Roger Bossard is in the house. Fellas, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, John Triffin. Yes, Roger Bossard is here. We are here. And how about the White Sox? They win again. They shut out the Angels. Ladies and gentlemen, they're a half game out of first place.
It's funny thing, my man Martin. So tremendous games against one of the best pitchers again, and they got him. They got him. Soriano had to think about the White Sox all year long.
Yeah.
The only team got him back-to-back games. That's the White Sox. Great game, offense, defense, and also a great pitching, buddy. Great pitching for Martin.
Okay, we have such a great show for you. It is me, it is Ozzy, it is Roger Bossard. He's brought a whole bunch of souvenirs. He's got some surprises for all of you and stories that have never been told. So it is me, Ozzy, and you. It is Late Night with Chuck and Ozzy after another win for the White Sox. Do not go to bed. I dare you to go to bed. You do not turn the channel. Keep it on. We're coming next after this.